Thompson Square is another great example of an overnight success story, many years in the making. The husband and wife duo of Keifer and Shawna Thompson landed on Stoney Creek Records just over a year ago and released their second single last July, Are You Going to Kiss Me or Not? They watched as that single climbed higher and higher on the charts and finally hit the #1 spot earlier this year. Lynn caught up with them at a BMI party to celebrate with the songwriters.
I'm here with Thompson Square celebrating their first #1 today, and we met and did an interview when it was like in the 20s, and I had a really good feeling, and you guys probably were hoping. And how does it feel to be here today?
Yeah.
It's amazing. I mean, really speechless about it. It's just one of those things that as an artist you always dream about, you know, and finally we've got one, you know.
And it's your first one. I mean, it's your first single. It's radio.
It's weird to know that you're in the books and no one can ever take that away from you. I think that's the really cool thing about it. You know, you've made a little bitty tiny mark in history, and we've been able to do it together and kind of see this thing through that we started so many years ago.
What's crazy for me is to think about all the songs that have gone #1, and now we're in that fraternity, I guess, or that company. So it's just wild.
And I mean, to come out of the box with your first song off your record and to country radio and to new to all of us, I mean, that's remarkable. It is something to be really proud of.
We are very proud of it. I mean, you can't plan for it, and we love the song when we cut it. You know, that's why we did record it. We thought it might be a hit. You know, that's why you try to pick hits. But we never thought it was going to do this. I mean, this song has changed our life completely in a very short amount of time. And we're very grateful to David and Jim for writing it for us.
You smiled and said to me, are you gonna kiss me or not?
We're here today at a #1 party with Mr. Jim Collins, and you teamed up with David Lee Murphy and wrote yourselves another #1.
Yeah, he's the man. He is my secret weapon.
You guys, I tell you, we were just talking almost a year ago. You guys had the Big Green Tractor song that, I mean, you guys have had 2 of those actually. Kenny Chesney and Jason Aldean cut tractor songs that went #1 for you.
Well, I wrote the first one with Paul Overstreet, with the sexy tractor one. That was Paul Overstreet, but Big Green Tractor was definitely David, and we've had a nice little run. We've been writing together for, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 years now, off and on, and I guess there's just a good chemistry between us, you know.
Absolutely. Now, when you guys got together, how long ago did you get together and write this one that we're here today to celebrate?
You know what, I'm going to say probably 3 years ago. We wrote it about the same time that we wrote Big Green Tractor, but it just sat on the shelf waiting for Thompson Square to cut it.
What did you guys think when you came in that day? Who brought the idea?
You know, I think it was one of those days where we didn't necessarily have an idea. We just kind of banged around on things, and then finally somebody said, "Are you going to kiss me or not?" as an idea, and probably David, if I'll give him the credit. But it was one of those. Once we got the idea, I just remember grabbing my guitar and it just kind of fell out pretty much, you know.
When the preacher man said, say I do.
I'm here with David Lee Murphy, who is celebrating a big #1 today with his good buddy Jim Collins. The last time we were here, you guys were celebrating your Jason Aldean hit, and now today, Thompson Square. I'm sure you're excited.
We've been celebrating Big Green Tractor since today, so now we can.
Now you can start with this one.
Yeah, we got a new one to celebrate.
Great song and great fit. And did you know a lot about him when you found out Thompson Square New Acts cutting your song, or?
You know what? I knew all about him. We wrote it for him. No, I'm teasing. Honestly, I didn't know either Keifer or Shawna before that, and it was a pleasant surprise when they recorded it, and just feel real fortunate that they did what they did with it, and it was just a great record for them, and it just kind of kicked off their career. So we feel like a little bit of kinship and closeness to them, because of that.
Yeah, their very first single, and it's shooting right up the charts to #1, and it was almost like it was written for them, even though it wasn't per se. It sounds like that because they're husband and wife, and
it was just one of those things. It worked out perfect, for them, and perfect for us too. So it was something special.
But you were so shy, so was I. Maybe that's why it was so hard to believe. You smiled and said to me, are you gonna kiss me or not?
This means everything to me and Shawna. We just never thought it was going to happen. And Benny and Carolyn's changed our lives. And David and Jim, you guys changed our lives. And, you know, Sean and the girls and everybody, April. I'm going to because I'm tired of crying. So you're just going to have to deal with it. But you want to say something, please?
I just wanted to say thank you to Keifer. If it weren't for him, I wouldn't be standing here right now. Through all the hard times, he was always there, and I thank God for you every day. Thank y'all so much.
The duo has been nominated for 2 CMT Awards, which will be handed out next week live from Bridgestone Arena. You can also check out their latest single, I Got You, which was released a few weeks ago. We still have lots more ahead, including an album release party, so don't go away. We'll be right back with more Inside Music Row right after this.
Hey y'all, I'm Colt Ford, and I'm coming up next on Inside Music Row.